Use the image below to choose the correct option. Assume that all shapes that look like squares are squares. Select the expression that correctly calculates the area of this shape. Well, clearly you have found the typo, but we want to select the expression that correctly calculates the area of this shape. So our shape is made up of 3 squares and 2 semicircles. So those squares have side lengths of 10, and because they're squares, each side is the length of 10. To calculate the area of a square, we do length times width, which would be 10 times 10, which would be 100. So each square would be 100. That means we're looking for an expression that has 300 plus something else. So we can eliminate A and B. Now we have 2 semicircles. Each of the semicircles has a diameter of 20 or a radius of 10. So we know that if we put those 2 semicircles together, it will make a whole circle. And the area of the circle would be pi times the radius squared. We know that the radius is 10, so it would be pi times 10 squared, which would be 100 times pi. So our answer is D. The circumference of the larger circle is 94.2 centimeters. Rounding to the nearest tenth, what is the circumference of the smaller circle? Use 3.14 for pi. What we need to find out is the radius or the diameter of the smaller circle. And in order to do that, we need to work backwards from the information we have about the circumference of the larger circle. If we can find the diameter of the circumference of the larger circle, we can subtract 12, so subtract the 6 from both sides of the ring to find the diameter of the smaller circle. So let's do that. The large circle, we know the circumference is pi times the diameter. So putting in the information we have, 94.2 equals 3.14 times the diameter. To solve for the diameter, divide both sides by 3.14. Remember to use a calculator. And that equals 30. That's the diameter of the large circle. Now, our smaller circle has a diameter that's 12 centimeters smaller. Remember, 6 centimeters on each side of the ring. So the small diameter would be 30 minus 12. And 30 minus 12 would be 18 centimeters. Okay, so now let's figure out the circumference of the smaller circle. So that's going to be, circumference is pi times the diameter. So the circumference will be 3.14 times 18. Again, use your calculator. And that would be 56.52. So the circumference is 56.52 centimeters.